Wheel of World Tune. Go.
Bibbidi 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 bop. 1.
Atlantica. Yay! We're getting
we're
Oogie
not
Lost,
swimming.
aren't we?
At least we're not swimming. All I care about.
Yeah, we're gonna get Oogie Lost. That's what's happening. This is it. Yeah, excellent. All right.
I mean, I'm random number generating this thing, so.
I know. You said 1 before it came up, so. Alright, key beginning. Nothing else, really. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I can't wait for Atlantica 2. You know, with Ariel's daughter in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Hey,
Honestly,
look, it's not the same. Cool.
Sweet. Everyone said that Little Mermaid 2 wasn't that good. I thought it was alright.
I haven't actually seen it.
It's
I just know it exists.
It's a bit of a different take. Overall, the same story, but kind of inverse.
Okay.
But it's not bad, and you know the acting's good, animation's always good, music's good. It's just people weren't the biggest fan of the story, and I somewhat understand, but it's still good. I enjoyed it, and that's what matters.
This deck is okay. It's not terrible.
Sweet. Okay, so we're past
I can
Alice in
battle
Chains
things
over
without
there.
fear.
Good.
That's all I matter. That's all I matter. That's right. Only I matter. Nothing else matters.
Only
Get out
I
of here.
exist.
Clearly.
Oh lord.
Yay, a green.
Ooh.
Thought they were rare.
Different things. As I said, they're rarer on the upper floors. That is what I have been told by multiple persons on the internet. But then again, the internet has lied before.
If you say so.
You haven't ever experienced lying on the internet?
No, not once. Not a single person's lied.
Huh.
There are mixtures of comments on my channel saying that I suck and that I'm great. I believe both of those things. No one lies to me.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Whoops. Heal me.
I still want to find a morph suit of Dark Riku. Just that costume in general, I would love to have a morph suit of.
Yeah. I bet it would itch.
Maybe, but that's why you wear, you know, underwear and an undershirt.
It's magic.
All 3. Mickey Mouse Miracle.
We win. That's a lot of experience. Actually was a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, let's try more of that.
150 from one enemy. I'm down.
So, E3.
Yep.
We'll talk about it at some point. Even though it's been
and it's about time.
it's been on my channel already with reactions. But hey, so let's start at the
Summary
beginning.
time.
Before it, ukulele. Ukulele looks amazing. Have you actually seen ukulele gameplay yet?
I've still seen the early. I don't think I've seen the most recent.
Oh, it looks way better than early. Infinite.
Oh, all right. I'll have
Early
to go
is
ahead and do
pathetic in comparison to what this is. This is full-blown Banjo-Kazooie meets Donkey Kong 64 meets next gen meets. It's great. It is a gorgeous looking game. It looks really fun. Apparently they're having like a cart area in each world, which is kind of cool. So that's where the Donkey Kong thing sort of comes into it. So I'm
Nice.
very okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. There's been a lot of interviews which I've looked up because it's been interesting me to hear about it, and they're saying that there's no ties to Banjo-Kazooie apart from, you know, references here, like just in not like direct references to them, but I mean like
Right.
Like just references in the level design, I guess.
Right.
It's similarities between the two. Like you can't deny some of the characters are purely based off the idea. I'm gonna lose this.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, that's it's looking really good so far, and the it's really cool.
Sort of an homage to the original, not an actual, like, a cameo type thing.
Yeah, but the trailer basically like completely mocks Rare for changing it and like putting like racing in the original Banjo or the Banjo Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah.
It's really funny. That was
I'm actually
amazing.
looking at the... No, sweet.
I'll never do that again.
I'm actually watching the gameplay right now. It is definitely kicking the pre-alpha build's ass.
Yeah, no, pre-alpha looks terrible in comparison. Pre-alpha wasn't bad at all. Because, I mean, pre-alpha was really early and it looked amazing. Yeah. But this is just something else.
Yeah.
And it's coming out next year now instead of this year. But I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Yep. I'll take a time hit if it's going to make it better and look like this.
Okay, let's actually drift away from E3 quickly. Because,
all right.
Since we're on the subject of it and it's Kickstarter, what are your thoughts on Mighty Number 9?
Oh, God. I do not like what has happened with Mighty Number 9.
I don't think the level
horrible,
design is
soulless.
terrible.
There are
it's
many
not as bad as
instances.
people are saying.
I can agree that overall it's not horrible, but there are so many instances of just you really could have done this better.
Yeah.
And with what you were provided, what the fans provided you with, you really could have done so much better.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, is that this isn't a company we can blame. This isn't, you know, something that's like, oh, it was a time constraint. It was the fans were willing to give you money and time to complete this game, and you fucked up.
The one thing I will say in their defense, and this is a big defense for them, games cost a lot more to make than people realize. So 4 million, it's a lot of money. It doesn't surprise me that it's not enough. It doesn't actually surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me that it's not enough either. The problem is that's what they were asking for as their goal for the game.
Yes, that is true.
This is why whenever it comes to Kickstarters and stuff that are just, you know, it's fan-funded, the fans are literally paying you for this. They are your bosses and they want a good game. If you're giving them crap, even though you've asked them exactly for what you want and they expect you to deliver with it, and you're still fucking up, that's where the problem lies with me. It's not the company being bad anymore, it's the devs that we are funding.
Yeah, I suppose. I think... Oh god, I'm about to die.
Oh shit.
I think also, like, what I like about indie Kickstarter things is you can normally trust them a lot more. Stop doing Holy Burst! Fucking help me! Like, oh god. Oh god. Oh, it's so bad.
Shit. But yeah, you can... It's indie products. You were talking about that.
Yeah, you can rely on them to be a little bit more stable, I guess, because with bigger companies, they will just be like, oh, this is what I want. I want the biggest money because that's the budget I've worked with before. I want my big budget back. And smaller companies are like, oh, I want this small budget because that's really nice just to have that.
Yeah. And that's why I love indie projects. It is able to, you know, fund stuff like this and, you know, Ukulele, Bloodstain that I'm still looking forward to, etc. etc. that I'm looking forward to. And, you know, it allows ideas that otherwise would have gone, you know, straight down the drain at any other sort of big company. It allows us as fans to, you know, give a monetary vote and say this is what we actually want. On the other hand, whenever crap like that comes up, or whenever other Kickstarters like, yeah, give me $10 and I'll send you potato salad, or other dumb stuff comes up, it's... there's a good and an evil to it.
Mm.
And as much as I love the good that's coming from it, we really gotta stop and look at what we should prioritize.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's, you know...
I think the biggest thing I hate about it is the fact that they just insulted their entire fan base in their trailer.
They did.
And those explosions look so bad.
Yeah. So
bad. I mean, when Team Sonic freaking
Sonic Team, literally, yeah.
Like, that's... You know you've screwed up.
It wasn't even Sonic Team, it was the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account, who is known for just being a troll.
That is the greatest account on the internet.
I love that account so much.
Have you seen their 25th anniversary Q&A?
Yeah, they got Mike Pollock and Roger Craig Smith to actually come in voice. I love it. Yeah. Oh my god.
And they reference Game Grumps and everything.
They reference Game Grumps. They go into detail about stuff like Dota. They go into detail about they got Roger Craig Smith to do Ezio to tweet at Assassin's Creed. That was amazing.
Have you seen their video of the Sonic timeline?
I have not yet.
Watch that. It's literally 50 seconds long. It says like, oh, in 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic was born. 1992, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, like more polygons or whatever. Then when it comes to Sonic 06, it has now loading. it's so good.
That's about right. I love it. Oh
brilliant.
My God.
I love it. I love that account. But they have basically, like, they haven't, I don't think, officially announced it per se, but they basically teased over and over that another game is in the works, and it's going to be announced. It's going to be announced next month. Actually, no, sorry, this month now. On their
22nd, whenever
they're 22nd of July. That is very exciting. I'm really hyped about that.
Yeah,
I'm actually really hyped because if a Sonic game is done well, it's a good game, and they know what they've done. Like, Sega was saying that they've learned a lot from like buying out Atlas, and they've been saying loads of things. Like they've been mocking their own mistakes. They know what they've done wrong in the past. They know where they need to draw the line, and that's good. To actually be able to look at that and be like, no, we screwed up here. That's good. That shows that they will change, and I don't doubt that in the future they'll make shit games because it's gonna happen at some point. Everyone goes through it, but I mean, if this is at least the path to retribution, that's good.
I am happy because it's the first ever game that I played was Sonic 2 for the Sega Game Gear, and I immediately fell in love, and I've been a Sonic fan ever since. So
wait, the Game Gear, not Mega Drive.
Not the Mega Drive. So, the Mega Drive is the console, which they did have, Sonic 2 for the Mega Drive, but the Game Gear was like the portable that they had. It was the huge honking
I remember that being really difficult early on.
It was. It is the most difficult Sonic game to date.
It is
the most difficult Sonic game to date.
I mean,
that's
I don't know.
saying something.
Sonic 06 is pretty difficult. Not
Sonic
for the right
06
reasons.
might be. Sonic 06 might be difficult, but it's not the good difficult, and you can still find enjoyment in it.
I love
Sonic
06.
2 for
I genuinely love 06. It's such a dumb game.
Exactly.
But funny.
Sonic 2 is hard in the sense that you enjoy the game because it's still decent enough gameplay, still has the secrets there that you really want to find.
Yeah.
But it's just so fluxing difficult.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting more and more difficult. The bosses, the first boss, literally, you touch anything, you die. They don't give you rings in any of the boss zones.
Wow.
So it's a one-hit kill, and the bosses aren't easy.
Cool.
Like, the first boss is literally, you're on a ramp that's constantly pushing you, not even constantly pushing you down, but it's easier to go down than up. There's the boss at the bottom, which is like a little crab thing that's like flapping its claws. You touch it once you're dead, and Eggman is dropping these balls that go down at different speeds. The balls are supposed to hit the boss, and that's how it defeats it. It's a time-based thing. But it's either like a high jump and it's going really slow, and you have to go up the ramp at a certain time in order to avoid the ball, or it's coming down really quick, and you have to jump to avoid it, and as soon as you land, you get propelled down the ramp.
Right.
It's just really difficult. And that's the first boss of the entire game.
Nice.
And there is a good and bad ending. If you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, Tails dies.
What?
I'm not even shitting you. Like,
wow.
if you get the good ending, you go to the secret boss and you get Tails back in a teleporter, and the credits are you and Tails running. If you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, the credits are literally just Sonic running, and you see Tails in the stars at the very end, and it's implied that Tails is dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It's great.
All right then.
But it's one of those. I just enjoyed the hell out of the gameplay, and it was still, I was like 3 at the time. I didn't care about completing the game. I just cared about being able to play it. So dying really didn't affect me. I just really hated the game over music, and that was about it.
Right.
I had a Game Genie, so I could always cheat the system if I needed to. But it was just a really fun game for me, and that really hooked me onto the speed platformer genre. And really got me into games in general. So the fact that I see stuff from Sega saying that, yes, they're learning from their mistakes. Yes, they know that Boom was awful. Atlas is teaching them a lesson.
In
the
fairness
fact that
to Boom wasn't them.
True.
It was
but now they know not to outsource is the big thing.
Yes.
There is Yeah, I was about to say, go for the blue. Okay,
Yeah, I am.
good.
Don't worry. I should have
Actually-
went... There wasn't an 8. I did look.
Roulette rooms are actually a really good way to get blues. Why haven't we been doing that?
Because we're very stupid.
That is correct. That is very correct. But we just
yeah.
went off on a huge tangent. What the hell are we talking
E3.
about? Mighty Number 9. Yeah, not a fan.
Okay, right. Back to E3.
Yeah.
Okay, so first conference. Was that EA? Yeah, that was EA. Wasn't it?
EA was the first conference.
Okay, so EA's was amazing because they had that one guy who broke his arm.
Yeah.
That was great. Love that guy. He was a hero, a national treasure.
Totally. That was such a disaster. Fuck.
There's no 8s.
Shit.
I'll take a green then.
Sounds good.
But yeah, that was great. They had younger Pele.
Yep, they did. Who came out and was like, "Hey, I have a story." Then
To
in
be
the
fair,
game,
I'll give him
I have a
credit.
story.
He's doing basically like sort of like a Space Jam kind of thing,
Yeah.
and he wasn't terrible.
Except to my knowledge, he's not an actual player. I googled his name.
No, but he's an actor in the game, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's a football player who's acting in the game, and he wasn't terrible at acting. So fair play to him. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'll give him that. It wasn't that bad.
yeah, it was all right. It could have been a lot worse.
Of course.
So yeah, I'll give him credit for that. I respect the fact that he at least tried.
Right.
And you know, I'm sure a lot of people are going to love it because it's new to the series. They're at least trying something new. It's not the same fleshed out game each year. They're at least doing something with it. So I respect that.
Right.
I don't know if it's actually going to be a good game, but you know, I respect it.
That still remains to be seen. The one thing, it's sports games in general I'm not the biggest fan of, but the one thing that I can say that they do well every time is the music. They always find really good artists just to introduce to the public.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. I was kind of
That
hoping they would announce a new Need for Speed game because I really like the Need
Really
for Speed
wanted to
series.
see. Yeah.
And the
Need
last
for
one was
Speed's
good,
amazing.
but it was only online, and that was the
Right.
problem I had with it, because my internet's amazing, as you know, so
Of
I can
course.
play it. But like, I don't know if for those who haven't seen the latest Need for Speed, there are literally no blues here.
Yeah.
For those who haven't seen it, just look up gameplay, just a quick bit of gameplay, because it is the most realistic racing game I've ever seen. It's actually super impressive how realistic it looks, especially in the rain. Look at graphics in the rain.
It's amazing.
It's really cool. I went the wrong way. Whoops.
What can you do?
So yeah, it's a very impressive looking game, and I want that, but with good gameplay, and like an actual story. Actually, I want Need for Speed Most Wanted in those graphics. That's what I want, because Need for Speed Most Wanted is a really good game.
Right.
Both the original version from 2005 and the one from 2000 and I want to say 2012. Both versions are really good. Yeah, it was 2012, definitely. Yeah, both versions are really good. And like a lot of people say they prefer the original. I prefer the newer one, but for multiple reasons. It's still a lot. Like there was an infinite amount of content to do, really, and I just like that.
Yeah.
So that was nice. They actually had a really like cool online mode as well. Like they had really interesting gimmicks with their online, which is something I haven't seen in other racing games. So that was cool as well. I can't remember them offhand, which you know shows how memorable they were. But it has been 4 years since I played it, so that's actually why.
True. True.
But they were good, from what I remember. Like they were super fun. I'd actually be up for playing it again if I had.
Seriously.
It was good. But yeah, no, that wasn't there. So.
What else do we have? We had Titanfall 2. We had
Actually,
that
yeah,
trailer.
that looks pretty good. That looks interesting.
It looks alright. I'm kind of getting worn out of just first-person shooters in general because it's a formula that they're just trying to, you know, manipulate, and I respect that. But I'm just kind of worn out of the whole first-person shooter thing.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, I don't play much first-person shooters, so that's probably why I'm not.
Right.
And
you know, I can
that's not
say
the genre I
Battlefield
play.
1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare do look good for games.
Yeah, they both have different things which I love about them. But Call of Duty, the fact that it's trying to change it up, and actually in a very fun way. Like, the space combat looks awesome.
It does look
Truly awesome. And Battlefield 1, I think my favourite bit, which sadly wasn't actually shown at the conference itself, It was shown in gameplay afterwards. The losing team basically brings in a Zeppelin to attack the other team, and the winning team, the losing team brings in a Zeppelin. The current winning team has to try and take it down. And when the Zeppelin is taken down, the remains fall down onto the battlefield, and the battlefield is changed for the rest of the match because there's just metal everywhere. It's really cool.
I like
It's
that.
actually really impressive.
It's my favorite part about Battle. Yep.
It's also not a fixed location. Wherever it crashes and burns, it falls at that point, and the things around it get destroyed as a result. Like, it's really impressive.
That's something that Battlefield's always done right, is environment. Just being able to affect the environment and doing something different. It's amazing in the way they do that. And the one thing that I am really psyched about is I was an early Call of Duty adopter. Call of Duty 3 was one of my favorites. They're going back to the World War I, World War II era.
Yes,
and that's something that I am very happy about, because I remember playing Call of Duty 3 for the first time. They actually had interviews with veterans and historical aspects of it. Like, these were literal stories from the World War II era. You know, the attack of Chambois, the Falaise Gap, that entire thing. It was a real event. Yes, the story was fictitious, but they had actual, interviews with veterans and actual historical videos that you could unlock by playing the game, and I thought that was a really cool idea.
I wanted to heal and I killed the enemy.
Oops.
Yes.
But I'm hoping that they do something with that where they kind of have some sort of campaign with a real historical aspect that is
cool.
it kind of teaches them, but at the same time really just brings you further into the experience that yes, this could happen because it has happened, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be cool.
What else do we have? We had Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes, where we still saw nothing of it, but it looked pretty.
Exactly. And Star Wars.
You're missing one, the best part of the conference.
I'll let you go into it.
V.
Yep.
V was so good. Oh my god, it looks beautiful. It's like a combination of Spyro and... Not Unravel, because Unravel's very different, but I mean it's same, not the same company, but same from the same region. But yeah, no, it looks beautiful. It's such an interesting idea as well. It's actually surprising. Like, I was listening to people like Pro Jared talk about them, and he was saying he wasn't even slightly interested. And I was really surprised. Yeah, because that looks gorgeous. It's like Unravel. It surprised me. Is what it did. It shocked me. I didn't see it coming. I was expecting to be bored with that section, and it intrigued me. And Unravel proved that it was a fantastic game. EA can make really, really good creative games if they hire the right people. And it seems like that's what they're doing, which is great. I think Unravel, if anything, they took a risk on Unravel, and it worked in a way they weren't expecting. And that is opening the way for something new. Something that we haven't seen from them in, I think, 2 decades.
Right. And as much as I appreciate the game fee, it's going to be one of their whole EA Originals thing, which I'm still kind of skeptical about.
I think EA Originals is basically... the way they worded it was like, we get all the money and give it to them. That was really funny. But,
that's pretty much what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to pull kind of like a Steam Greenlight situation.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for it. Did I just get a 0 Maelstrom?
Yeah, you did. And that did a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, I mean, with the Originals, if they can get together new companies who show a lot of promise, who can create stuff like V and Unravel, that's all I want. That's all I want from them. Because, I mean, the last great, platforming stuff they did was Harry Potter? The early ones?
Oh.
Am I wrong in saying that?
I don't think you are.
Because, I mean, other than that, it's just been sports for the last decade or two. Decade and a half.
I know EA did handle Harry Potter 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think it
they
did
might have done
Azkaban
3.
as well. It might have done that, might have done Goblet, but I think, apart from that, I think that's when they just stopped doing that kind of game, and that's a shame, because they did it well.
Yeah.
And then it disappeared.
Pretty much. Alright, I think that's covering EA.
Yeah, that is EA. We're going to be talking about this for a long time, 4 episodes probably, because there's a lot of stuff. EA, not EA. E3 was good this year.
E3 was really good.
Not EA. EA wasn't good. It wasn't bad. Their conference wasn't good. The after conference was good. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Bethesda next?
Yeah, it's Bethesda. I wasn't awake for this one, so I saw it in the morning.
I gotcha.
So I was going to watch, because you guys streamed it, and I was
Yeah, we
fully
did.
prepared to watch it, and then I watched it back, and I couldn't hear anything they were saying, and I couldn't hear you guys, I could only hear Nicole, and I was like, no, I love Nicole's voice, but I want to hear what's going on.
Pretty much. Her
not
audio
fair.
levels were a tad bit off.
Yeah, so
We got
didn't-
that sorted out for the next few
Yeah.
things, so we're all good on that
I
now.
think
but-
I told her as soon as it was over, I was like, by the way, I know what happened. I was like, oh, okay, what happened? I was like, yeah, just do this. Like, oh, okay, cool. So that was fixed. But yeah, I didn't mean to use that. I wanted to use the zero. God damn it. What do I want to use here? I must have a duplicate somewhere. I do. Two. Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, so I ended up not watching your version. I watched the live stream,
The actual.
and I can't remember everything that was there. Admittedly, there are two standouts for me. If there's one that I'm forgetting, please inform me. But Skyrim HD.
Yep.
That actually really blew me away. Because when I heard the rumor about that, I was like, I mean, that's not bad. Skyrim's a fantastic game, and it's been years since I played it, and I didn't even explore it fully back then, because I didn't appreciate the genre at the time.
Right.
So it would be nice to actually go out and play it, you know?
Right.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I just looked at that. Yeah, you're not gonna have fun here. Holy crap. But I'm slightly torn about it because I really wish they would have brought Oblivion or one of the others into HD, because we already do have, 1080p Skyrim on consoles.
Yes.
But I
see.
am happy that
That's
we are
not
getting
true. That
kind of a
isn't
rebuff.
true. Skyrim, PS3 and Xbox running 720 in games.
Really?
Yes, that's not true. The Xbox 360 has no 1080, and PS4 runs in 1080. PS3 runs in 1080 on the menu, and that's it.
On the menu.
I'm not joking. It's only on the menu.
Lordy
So
lord.
I'm dead. So yeah,
Matt, you
no.
are-
So no, it doesn't. But that really blew me away, because I was like, I want a new title. I want a new Elder Scrolls, and they have said they're working on a new one, but it's
Right.
a long way away, which doesn't surprise me, because those games
Yeah.
must take.
They take a
years.
long time.
The scale of them in itself is enough.
Yeah.
Is this? Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is right.
Yeah, I wish the Keyblade wasn't in the center. I wish it moved around with me.
Yeah, something
it
more
would
like an
be-
actual mini-map.
It would at least help me differentiate where I am, because I can't. My brain doesn't want to work that out.
Right.
But, it just. I was looking at first, and like, it doesn't look too good, and then it did the slide. I'm like, oh,
There
that's
it is.
gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm fully on board. I want this game. Oh, what a bitch! Like, what a bitch!
God. This
No,
is
no,
really not your
no,
not
no,
your boss battle.
No, yes. I mean, it does nothing to her, but yes. So yeah, that was a very pretty show.
It was.
And then
Dishonored
I think
2.
Dishonored 2.
Yeah. I could have called that from a mile away. I think everyone saw it and was like, whoa.
That
This
just surprised
is good.
us all. It was just a surprise.
It really was. And
I
it
mean,
just, it looks beautiful to boot.
I expect nothing less from Bethesda, because it's Bethesda. They can do amazing things.
Right.
But at the same time, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
This is going very well for me. Oh, I realised I can hit her. I'm being an idiot. I was thinking she would be stunned, but that's only with Mickey. God freaking damn it.
Right.
Yeah, it is a gorgeous looking game. I think, like, at the time I was looking at it thinking, like, I was super tired when I saw it, so I wasn't as impressed at first, and it was only when I went back and looked at it, I was digging it a lot more. But the thing that really got me was the room with the mirror that you can switch between
That is
the
a
past and
cool
present.
idea.
That is amazing. It's not just a cool idea, it's implemented brilliantly, and that in itself is hard to do.
Right.
To get a mechanic like that in, like, every mechanic of that game seems like it could be hilariously broken.
And I love that about it.
Yes, I do as well, but that is a worry. I'm worried that it will become too easy, if that makes sense.
I could see that, yeah.
Like, especially with the thing with the Nightcrawler move, we're just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go up and just ruin your day. That was
let me
pretty
just
great.
sit up here after planting a bomb. Have fun.
It was just really cool though. It was a very cool show. What else was there? I mean, there was Elder Scrolls cards, wasn't there? I think that was
There
a
was
thing.
Fall DLC. There was the Elder Scrolls cards game. There was oh no, it wasn't Elder Scrolls. It was the Witcher card game.
That's not
That wasn't them
Witcher.
though. But I don't know if there was an Elder Scrolls card game. Fallout 4 DLC, Prey,
Oh,
Doom
yeah, that's
DLC.
right. Oh yeah, Prey. That's right. I remember Prey now.
Prey looks alright.
Yeah, I wasn't massively fast. It was alright.
Yeah. And then Quake Champions. I don't know if you were ever into
Yeah,
Quake
I was
or anything.
never a Quake fan, but yeah, that's cool for anyone who's into Quake. I'm sure people are going to be really hyped.
I'm hyped for it. I am looking forward to it. I remember playing Quake 3. The railgun was just my shit. It was a fun little arena shooter.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to Champions.
That's cool.
That pretty much covers Bethesda. Who do we have next? I guess Microsoft would have been next.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the others because we're nearly done with this world. Actually, no, we're
Yeah.
not. We've got loads, actually. No, let's talk about... Let's
We
not talk
have
about Microsoft because Microsoft's too long. Let's talk about Ubisoft.
All right, let's go to Ubisoft then.
So, Ubisoft started out weird.
It's one way
was
to
a
really get everyone's
very
attention.
Weird start.
It really was one way to get everyone's attention. You can't deny that.
I mean, no, I can't. I don't know if it was the right way, but I can't. But yeah, that was yeah. Then it opened up with did you watch my highlights of that? Was it, or were you there for my reactions?
I don't think I was.
You missed.
I had your audio, but I don't think I had.
the greatest joke I think I've ever made.
Really now.
So, oh man, help me.
Mickey stun.
So
There we go.
Yeah, we've done this. So they were showing. I can't remember what the game was. Was it Tom Clancy?
Yeah, Tom Clancy
Yeah.
was the first one after the
Yeah.
start of the show.
So yeah, they were showing that that was it a Mexican cartel? They were showing the Mexican guy.
I think so. Yes.
With the boiler suit and the vat, and like Joby was saying, "Oh my god, it looks like Luigi," and I was just like, "Jose, we need to cook." And I think that is the best joke I've ever made in my life. It was really good.
That's a good one. I'll give you that.
Nicole just lost it in the chat.
Oh my god.
I was so proud.
Holy shit.
So yeah, that was a good moment.
And then the transition into South Park Fractured But Whole.
Oh my god, that was the best.
Was
I was just
brilliant.
like, oh, it's gonna be Watch Dogs,
Yeah,
and it was
we
just
were
the
all
whole
waiting for it.
the news thing, and then just them appearing like, oh my god, that's the best. I think that's the best trailer I've ever seen. I can't
Just
fault
Coon
that.
Coon Man in the middle of the stage. And it's just like, oh, this is gonna be some shit. Let's see what we got.
It was really funny though.
It was. I love
tore
it.
into Marvel and DC so well. Like, not even like as an insulting way, just as this is what you did. I'm
Yes.
pointing out the facts with swear words and abuse. It was
Yep,
great.
that's about right.
It was
Man, I
really
fucking-
good. Cause I'm
fucking
not
love it.
against South Park. I just don't watch it. I've no
Right.
like I don't have any TV that actually has it. Like on.
Right.
So I've never really had a reason to watch it. But man, that was funny. And I haven't played the original South Park Stick of Truth, but that looked great. Like that looked like a really fun game.
It's a
So-
fun game, a little bit bare bones, but we all kind of expected it, and so
Yeah.
everyone was satisfied with it. And Fractured Butthole looks really a big improvement. Like, I'm
That's
looking
cool.
forward to it.
Yeah, no, it looks really fun, and it was very funny. So that was a really good presentation of that game.
Yeah.
What was after that?
So we had Ghost Recon Wildlands, Fractured But Whole, then it went to Tom Clancy's Division.
Oh yeah, more Division DLC. Yeah, I'm not massively fussed about that. I haven't played it. I've heard mixed things actually. Some people really like it, some people don't.
I've played the Division. It's a lot more strategic. I really felt that I had to be a lot more cautious, so it's not really run and gun, because
Okay.
anything can kill you if you're not careful, which kind of slows it down a little bit for me. But if you're a tactical person, you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's cool.
After that was Eagle Flight. I'm actually kind of
I'm
looking forward
super
to it.
hyped for that.
I'm
I'm really
psyched.
looking forward to that. just VR in general has some cool things. If that's on
It really
PSVR,
does.
which I assume it is, let's be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I'm getting VR. I am getting it for $399. That's what, £300? Actually, maybe
Yeah,
more
it's
because
a
of
new-
Brexit.
it's a new
It's
console.
probably a lot more now.
True.
It's
True.
probably so much for me now.
Y'all are actually getting closer to us. It's kind of scary.
It actually, technically speaking, good for me because the closer to the dollar the pound is, the better I get paid. Because I get paid in
True.
dollars, so I have to translate
Oh.
it anyway. So the
Yeah,
closer
there
the
you
pound
go.
is to the dollar, I get more. The difference is that games and stuff will be a lot more expensive. But if I get
Yeah.
review copies, it makes no difference. So
Yeah,
actually
perfect.
It's great for me technically. It doesn't mean I agree with it. But moving on, because like, okay, without getting
Politics.
into the whole politics thing, with the Brexit, it's basically, for those who don't know, UK decided there was a vote to leave the European Union, and the United
screwed
Kingdom,
everyone.
the United Kingdom is no longer united. It's a fact. We
Yeah.
have been separated by people who remained and left, and the people who we're just such on opposites now. People have split up families because of this, and it's crazy. And I can see why, because without getting into a whole debate, I don't mind if people wanted to leave. Like, if they wanted to leave and they were doing it for the right reasons, that's fine. The problem I have is that racists are coming out more than ever.
Yeah.
And like it's all very like and Farage's campaign was basically, well, we want people who aren't from our country to leave.
To leave,
And
yeah.
it was all like, hey, we want Muslims out of here.
That's another big one, yeah.
We want all the minorities out. We don't need them. We don't care about them. Like that was his campaign, and it's incredibly racist. It was Nazi propaganda. That's all
Yes.
it was. And the EU pulled him up on it at the latest conference. It was really funny to see him squirm. Although he did come back with some like, oh, you're not laughing at me now, are you? Like, no, because you're a fucking racist.
Pretty much.
But ultimately, the Prime Minister stepped down and all that. And he was saying that all the 350 million a week that normally gets paid to the EU would be going to the NHS. It's not. It was
no,
all
it's not.
based on lies. But the thing that I think's worrying now, I don't think that necessarily more racists are have been brought from this. I think it's more the ones who are already racist are now.
They're coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they're voicing their opinions because they think half the country agree with them, which is not why people voted necessarily. I'd say 10% probably did.
And if you really look at it, I know there have been videos online about this. People didn't really know what the hell they were voting for when they voted to leave.
I didn't actually see the interview. I read it, and it was basically someone after voting saying, I only voted leave because I didn't think it would get votes. Now the Prime Minister's stepping down. I'm really worried. Like, why did you vote leave? It's like voting for Hitler. Like, why?
The election's not a joke. I don't care if you think it's ironic.
I'm not. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm not comparing leavers to Hitler. What I'm saying is, like, I think I'm gonna vote Hitler. He says he's gonna blow up the world, but no one's gonna vote for him, so I may as well vote for him. That's what I'm saying.
Seriously.
I'm not comparing them to Hitler, right? But you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just like, why? What's the point? Why not? And loads of people who just like vote one way or the other. Research. This makes the country's future. It really does. It's kind of, and hey, it may be the greatest thing that's ever happened to the country. We don't know yet. But the pound has dropped by 10%. That's not good.
It's not good.
The Prime Minister has stepped down. Farage has been classed as a racist. Boris Johnson, who set up the Leavers campaign, has stepped down. He said he's not going to go for Prime Minister, which is good because he is also a racist. But and I'm going to lose subscribers because of this. I am.
Yeah.
I know that. I'm going to lose subscribers. And if you unsubscribe, that's fine. Like, it's your opinion. I've voiced mine. I couldn't vote. I live in Jersey. I have no say in it. Jersey couldn't vote. I had absolutely no say in it. So it's crazy, but that's what happened. So
I think there are a lot more people that agree with you than you think, honestly. Now that all is being, actually
I
said
don't know,
and done
if you
about
go
this.
on any forum about, like, if you go on news sites with comment sections, like Daily Mail I think does, the Leavers are very vocal, and there are many of them. And again, it's their opinion. They're welcome to it, and I respect that they have that opinion. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I respect their opinion. And if what they think they're doing is right, as long as they're not harming anyone, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I just hope that the country doesn't go into bankruptcy.
Suffer.
Because it is... the pound is worse than it was in the recession, which is saying something.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot. But, yeah, that's the state of the world. Now...
Back to Flying Eagles that are playing Capture the Flag.
That's right, VR. Yeah, I'm super hyped for VR. 50 games by the end of the year for VR. That's cool.
Which is fucking huge for essentially a branching new console.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a new console. It works with PS4.
It does, but I'm saying, you know, if you're going to spend $300 on something, that's essentially the price of a new console. You're getting a new experience for it.
Yeah,
and so 50 games for that is ridiculous.
It's very impressive.
It's amazing. Just already planned, and it's not even out yet.
It's got... I mean... It sells. It looks really cool. It all looks really cool. I've never used VR, so I can't actually say what it's like. I'm hoping if I go to Gamescom I will, actually. That'd be cool.
And here's the other big thing, is that I showed that to my parents, and they're just like, you know, oh, I can't play video games, they don't understand the control, yada yada. I showed them VR, and they're just like, I would love to do this. So it's not even just our generation that's hyped about it. It's you can see there are a bunch of older people that are going for it because it's like, oh, hey, I'm actually in the game.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like,
so
it's an all-ages type. Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, Star Trek
The
VR.
Bridge Crew.
I mean, it looks a bit simple, but it doesn't look... I mean, Geordie LaForge was super hyped.
Yeah, he was really excited. Like, you could honestly see it on his face. It's just like, oh, hey, I've been here before, but now I'm actually doing something with it.
Yeah.
Sweet!
It looks interesting. It's not... I don't know if it's necessarily my game, but it looks interesting.
I'm not much of a Trekkie myself. I always grew up Star Wars. I never watched much Star Trek.
Oh, I don't like Star Trek. It just, the game looks a bit simple.
And, you know, as I appreciate it for what it is, it's just not going to be my thing either.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
After that was For Honor, the one where it was like a Viking and a samurai and
that guy, the guy at Ubisoft, he is a legend. He is an absolute legend. He has a magnificent beard and a voice, and he better be voicing the main character in that game.
I honestly wanted to see him doing the acting for some of it, because
he killed
it. He killed it.
I think I was saying, like, has he ever considered voice acting? Because if this career goes to shit, seriously, he would get anything he wants. He is awesome. Like, I remember seeing him last year as well. I was like, oh my god, I remember this guy. It's this guy. Like, I couldn't remember his name. I was like, I remember that he made an impact last year. It was great. And he made an even bigger one this year. So it was great. That's what I want from him.
For me, that was the height of the game. It was...
Yeah. It does look like an interesting game, actually. Interesting combat.
It does look fairly interesting, but I've seen a bunch of arenas that are somewhat similar to this before. So if they bring something different, I'll be hyped. But for now, the guy was the main draw for me for that.
Yeah.
After that was Grow Up. I don't really remember much about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks like it's a more free game than Grow Home. I think that was what it was called.
Yep, Go Home.
So yeah, it was. It looks a little bit more free than that one. That's cool. It might be good. Not massively fast, but I know it had a fairly big following.
It had a following. It was kind of like the Little Big Planet following.
I wouldn't say necessarily that, but it was. But yeah, no, it had a decent reception, so that's good.
Trials of the Blood Dragon.
Trial of the Blood Dragon. Yes. That was great.
It was.
That was great because Brittany and I were watching that the day before, so it was just like Trial of the Blood Dragon. Steak. It was perfect. It was like, yes. Where's Chie?
And they just open up with like these two guys coming out in the fucking leopard print.
Oh,
like,
was that the leopard fight?
that was the leopard. That was the two leopards, and everyone's just kind of staring awkwardly and clapping.
It came back to that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Great. Yeah. Was it Watch Dogs after that?
After that, it was Assassin's Creed movie, and then Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. That looks alright actually.
I'm glad they brought the director out. I'm looking forward to it. It actually looks good.
Fassbender's good, so no complaints from me for the casting. Oh, you bastards! No, I wanted the health.
No. But I am actually looking forward to it, and considering the track record of video game movies, I shouldn't be looking forward to it, but...
I think the whole track record of video game movies is unfair. Warcraft, I can't speak for, but I can speak for Ratchet & Clank movie, and that got way more hate than it deserved.
Of course.
Way
It's
more.
always going to. You have to separate the hate because of the fanboys of the genre overall versus, actual, moviturgy and all of that, just making sure that everything's accurate, making sure that everything works. The problem that I see with...
People were saying it was just a very boring story, unoriginal, and it did nothing new. I disagree. I thought it was actually very exciting at times. It had really... And I know I'm somewhat biased, but just from a review standpoint, it actually did a lot right, I thought.
It did. It did a very fair, decent amount right.
Why so glum, Namine? Is there something that's been troubling you? Are you feeling awful about tinkering with Sora's memory? Or maybe you...
Cut it out, Larxene. Namine? She doesn't want to remember Sora.
Is that so?
Don't worry. Whatever's hurting you, I'll make it go away. I swear it on this. The good luck charm you gave me. See ya.
That's just amazing! It's almost like you completely made his heart from scratch. Nice touch with the good luck charm. I didn't know you could use memories to transform objects like cards into keepsakes. You used the same trick on Sora, right? You changed Kairi's good luck charm with your magic, didn't you? It won't be long before Sora forgets about Kairi completely, and then he'll be all yours to...
He won't forget.
Huh?
No matter how much I change his memory, Sora will never forget Kairi. Memories of me, more false memories of me, will just make his feelings for Kairi even stronger than before. Because I'm the shadow of Kairi.
What's your problem with that? That should be your incentive not to screw anything up. Just do a good job rewriting Sora's heart, then you can actually be somebody, and no longer just Kairi's shadow. You'll be real in Sora's heart.
Okay, we got to wrap up Ubisoft. So Watch Dogs 2.
We had Watch Dogs 2 look good.
Looks super cool. They destroyed Nicole's car.
Yeah, they did. It was great. Steep. Steep was next. I'm
after
looking
that,
forward
was
to
it
it.
Steep?
The open world, yes, it was Steep.
Steep
And then that was-
looks awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. Extreme
I
sports
hope
in
it's
the
in
overworld.
VR.
I think
I
it is.
really hope it's VR.
If
'cause
they
that is
don't put
cool.
it in VR, then they're not really giving it any potential. Because we've
Yeah.
had overworld stuff like that before. If they put it in VR, first of all, graphics are going to be good. Second of all, the wipeouts are going to be funny as hell. Third of all,
Yeah.
you're in the Alps or wherever you are,
Fourth
just skiing.
of all, it looks fucking terrifying.
It
It's
does.
fast. So
And
yeah,
that's great.
it looks cool.
Um,
It's basically like the Drive Club of the Alps. It sort of reminds me of that,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. Not Drive
But,
Club. Oh, what's it called? Not Drive Club. The Crew. Sorry.
Crew. Okay.
Which is basically their game where you drive around the US and do missions every so often. It basically reminds me of that, but the Alps. But
Right.
anyway. that
And then
everything?
it's a post show after that. So yeah, that's everything. Steep
Yeah.
was the last one.
Yeah, no, Steep was probably the winner for me, to be honest.
It was a really good one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yay! Next video.